I'd wager a guess that most fathers who happen to be into food have flipped through more than their fair share of grilling books. There's something about grilling and barbecuing that seems to be inextricably linked to dads. It could be the stereotypically masculine practice of cooking meat over a fire or, more likely, the chance to stand in solitude with a cold beer and no one to bother them. Whatever the case, fathers have historically manned the grill, especially during the summer, when each weekend is either a grilling holiday or an excuse to treat it like one. It's this aspect that has led more than a few people, myself included, to find the grill to be the best place to bond with dad or other men of a certain culture who might not open up about things like emotions and feelings but will sing like a canary about their favorite charcoal and barbecue sauces. Growing up, my dad would wax philosophic when standing at the grill, and by the time he had a few beers in him, he would be able to move on to more gushy matters. We always had an awkward relationship. Both of us were stone-faced and uninvolved with pesky emotions, but at the grill, we could talk about a few things. Love of food, sure, that was our common thread, and maybe trucks or sports since I had a cursory working knowledge of both. These memories bubbled to the surface while I read Rodney Scott's World of Barbecue, the new cookbook from the South Carolina pitmaster and de facto god of American barbecue, co-authored with Lolis Eric Elie. Preceding the recipes for smoked whole hog and fried catfish, there are essays that chronicle Scott's experiences with everything from his first car, a 1985 Nissan 300ZX, to his first onslaught of media coverage, all sprinkled with anecdotes about his father, who was clearly a large influence on his life. It's this relationship with his father, with whom he used to work closely at their family restaurant in South Carolina before their falling out, that most stands out in these essays. In a recent conversation, Elie, who wrote his own seminal barbecue diary-meets-cookbook, Smokestack Lightning, in 2005, talked about how the grill acts as a conduit for the fathers in our lives to express themselves, for better or for worse, in ways they can't otherwise. Growing up, my father would barbecue all night long, and that's when he'd bestow his knowledge, said Elie. The grill is a real topic of conversation, and it fosters more conversations. We can talk about life and act like it's not so high stakes. Whereas Elie and I both had experiences with our fathers at the grill that began and ended with often awkward conversations, Scott's history with his father, a subject chronicled at length in the cookbook, is the story of a deeper divide. For someone who learned his craft and got his business sense from his father, the rift is greater than just differences of opinions on sports or rib rubs.